is J5Lover, your #1 Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson fan, and today I'm going to do the Michael Jackson 7 challenge. But before we get started with that, let's talk about this day in Michael Jackson history. Well, this day in Michael Jackson history, November 20th, 1984, Michael Jackson gets his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Unfortunately, Michael has to cut his speech short because there's so many fans and so much going on and so much commotion. He's unable to actually finish. But Michael gets his star number 1793, put right in front of the Chinese theater. And it's his second star. He's actually the first celebrity to get a second star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His first being with the Jacksons from the 70s. Okay, so today I'm going to take the Michael Jackson 7 challenge, and this challenge was actually introduced by Unboxuer Fou, which I'd like to do a shout out to him, as well as Hector Barjot. I want to shout out to him for popularizing this challenge. And the basis of the challenge is to do 7 items, each from an era of Michael Jackson's solo career, starting with Off the Wall and ending with Invincible. Me personally, I tried to choose my most rare or kind of unusual items from each era. All right, so let's get started. Off the Wall era. I have this 45 from the Off the Wall era. Michael Jackson singing Off the Wall, and the picture is from the Suzuki commercials, and it's from Japan. I love this 45. I think it's really cool, and it's definitely a rare find. Right, the Thriller era. I have this awesome Right On magazine from the Thriller era, and the cover photo has Michael and Jermaine on stage during Motown 25. I love this magazine, and of course it goes back to Jackson 5 era all the way to Thriller era, because this came out in the fall of 1983 and talks about the whole Jackson family. And I just love the fact that there's just so many great articles and pictures in this magazine. And of course, because Thriller was such a hot commodity at the time, Michael was on the cover of several Right On magazines in the early 80s. Okay, the Bad era. I have this awesome tour book from the Bad era. This was actually from the private concert, so it's sort of like this really awesome cover of Michael with the cityscape of New York City in the background. And then you get to the Bad tour book inside. And I just love this with the different pieces and the way that it opens up. This is definitely an unusual find and one of my favorite tour books in my collection. The Dangerous era. I have this Michael Jackson, it's like a record store display cardboard, a 12 by 12, and you know, most people put it in the window or in a case. And the guy that I got this from actually used to own a record store, and he said he cut like the eyes out so that he could kind of like peer in on his store and people wouldn't know he was looking. But I love this piece, and I definitely want to frame this. I love this. All right, the History era. I have this sealed cassette, double cassette sealed box of the History album. Never opened it. I didn't pay a whole lot for this, and I have no intentions of opening it. I just love the way that it looks, and it's definitely a rare and unusual piece and hard to find nowadays. Blood on the Dance Floor. So my Blood on the Dance Floor piece is just the Blood on the Dance Floor CD. I don't really have a lot from the Blood on the Dance Floor era of Michael Jackson. It's actually my least favorite album. I hate to say that, but you know, I've been collecting for 28 years, so I have bought, I have sold, I have traded. I'm sure at one time I may have had some magazines from this era, but anyway, Enjoy the CD. Oh, wait, I do have something else really cool from the Blood on the Dance Floor era. Well, technically it's new, but there's some Blood on the Dance Floor coming at ya. I have this Michael Jackson hologram photo. It goes through 3 different eras, though. There's the Blood on the Dance Floor, Dangerous Era, and Moonwalker Era. Enjoy! All right, last but not least, the Invincible Era. I have this concert of the Michael Jackson's 30 years on VHS tape from the Invincible Era, and it was actually taped the day the concert was happening back in 2001, and this is definitely a rare, hard to find thing. It's not a fan copy, it's not an internet copy, it's actually taken directly from TV when it was happening. Like I said, I've been collecting for 28 years, so I got to catch a lot of this kind of stuff on tape when it was happening back in the day. All right, so that ends my Michael Jackson 7 challenge. This was really fun. I feel like I want to start another challenge in the future. I'd probably like to with maybe a Jackson's or a Jackson 5 era challenge. If anybody out there wants to do the Michael Jackson 7 challenge, go for it. I nominate whoever wants to do this challenge. But I had a good time, and it was kind of fun for me to be able to show you guys some of the stuff that I have, that I collect, that isn't Jackson 5 related. And I just wanted to make it kind of, change it up for maybe some of you out there who don't know much about the Jackson 5 or aren't a big Jackson 5 fan, but definitely love Michael Jackson, because I feel like my channel is also about Michael Jackson, and I want to always post things about him as well. Thank you guys for watching my channel, and if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. And I'm also on Instagram if you want to follow me there. The link will be in the description below. All right, thank you guys so much for watching today. I'll see you next time. Bye. See that? See the blood? See the blood on the dance floor? Okay, yeah, it's changing. It's changing from like 3 different pictures. Wait, right there. There it is. Right there. You can see that blood on the dance floor, can't you? You can see it. You can see the blood.